This is Travis Wayne Goodsell, and it's Saturday morning, March 30th. Oh man, my run was cut short today. I was doing good enough to be able to go a second round, second lap, if you want to call it that, and saw that a vehicle has now been there over a week, parked off to the side of the road, just far enough out of the street light, and so I had to report it to dispatch. So hopefully it's not missing or stolen, but that is the MO of car thieves here in Utah. Most people don't have nice enough cars that can be chopped up, so car thieves are more simple. Break into the car and drive the car off, and then steal the items of value inside and then abandon it. And so, yeah, I was suspicious that this might have been one of those incidents, because it didn't appear to belong to anybody else. Let's see, I'm in the other computer, so hold on, let me see to pull up the file. We'll try to find out what those documents were that were mysteriously vanishing as I was getting into them. Okay, there's still files here. Let's see, where was it? Was it programs or lost folders? Yeah, I don't know where it was. I thought. This might be it. No. All users? What would all users be for? I don't have all users. Default. Yeah, I can't remember where I had found it. So, yeah, that was strange. Yeah, it's not under. But yeah, I was going through trying to delete them, but the recovery file that I had was too huge to just click delete on the whole file, and it was taking too long to go through, so I was going through each and every single one to delete individually. Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, I don't know where it was now to find it. Huh, okay. Well, alright, well, whatever. Let's get to the comments. I have a follow-up for you with the C. David video I did. He replied. He dared to reply. He dared to reveal his true identity, his true character. And so he's banned from communicating with me on my channel. I'll see if he'll comply, but I may have to ban him. He was endorsing slavery, and that is unacceptable. It was never acceptable under any circumstances, especially the House of Israel. But he was trying to say that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Joseph all had slaves. They did not have slaves. Women to assist the wives is not quite slavery, at least as we understand it today. because as you read, someone is asking me who communicates with me on Gmail. I had mentioned C. David to them, and now they're asking, who's C. David? So, we have, oh, nope, may not be him. Yeah, okay, I do not see him. Sam, I am. Okay, so hopefully he has gone away. We'll check just in case. Yeah, see here he says, God didn't chastise Abraham, Jacob, or David. The organization of 12 tribes of Israel is based off polygamy and slavery. Yeah, that was the wrong thing to say, buddy. Well, you ain't my buddy. I thought I exited out of this system. What's going on here? All right. Come on. Okay. I'm still confused. Why do you care? Didn't I not reply? What is going on? Oh, well, no, I should have. Yeah. Okay. YouTube frustrates me so much. So yeah, I really got pissed off with him, and soundly told him to go to hell, and he was a devil worshiper. Soundly. You may think, well, that's never sound, Travis. How could that be sound? Yes, it is. If you endorse slavery, you're worshiping the devil. Because no God is ever going to endorse slavery. Don't ever use your religious God to endorse slavery or any other kind of horrible atrocity and immorality. So, okay. Looks like he has taken the advice and has stayed away. So, we'll archive that. Isya, because he's missing an A to be Isaiah. I can't quite tell what the picture is that he's using. This is the video, an old video, where I said that the temple changes pollutes the celestial kingdom. Because if you don't understand Mormon theology, you have to keep the temple information a secret. You can't tell, because if non-Mormons and heathens find out about the secret handshakes and signs and code words, then they can sneak into the celestial kingdom and therefore thwart the plan of God. That's the excuse that Mormons came up with after Brigham Young said, you must keep this a secret. And so, yeah, it's the dumbest thing in the world how Mormons justify keeping commandments of Brigham Young that were unrighteous. And they create things. They just say, oh, well, if you go back to the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, God let them practice polygamy, so we can practice polygamy, even though it's against the laws of the land, which would seem to indicate that we can't practice it because of Article of Faith number 12. We believe in being subject to kings, presidents, legislatures, whatever, and obeying, honoring, and sustaining the law. The only problem is that Mormons have taken that to mean, oh, we need to follow our government leaders rather than the Constitution. So anyway, all right. So let's find out what Isha Smith is saying. He's talking? Who's he? Who are you explaining for, Isha? He's talking about the rapture. Mormonism is demonic. Okay. Are you talking about me talking about the Mormon rapture? Or are you talking about Nelson? Or are you talking about Brigham Young and Joseph Smith, as I see that you include here as demonic? We all know that Joseph Smith and demonic were both Freemasons. And I keep trying to tell you guys, when you make accusations, make sure you know the facts so that you're sound in your argument. Yes, Joseph Smith and Brigham Young were Freemasons in 1842. However, Brigham Young's family were Freemasons before, and they were a part of the Scottish Rites Freemason Lodge. Joseph Smith's family were Freemasons before, but they were a part of the Grand Lodge Freemasons. There is a great chasm of difference. And if you do not understand that difference and why it's significant and how William Morgan ties into it, your argument is unsound. And so, Isha, who are you talking about? The plan of salvation is the plan of damnation. Okay, well, yes, Mormons do believe that Lucifer's plan of salvation is the plan of damnation, even though Lucifer was going to save everyone in the celestial kingdom by taking away agency. However, I did mention that the church currently is enforcing Lucifer's plan of salvation, which you'd wonder, why is the church who believes in following Heavenly Father's plan of salvation and allowing people to live according to their agency and accept that their consequences will follow them for whichever they choose, why then is the church going around forcing other people not in their church to follow their celestial law, as they call it? And so, yeah, but Isha is not putting in the premises to justify this, because it's clear he's not Mormon and he's pissed with the Mormon church. But again, he's using rhetoric propaganda rather than sound argument. Plan is of Beelzebub. Well, no, there's no tie to Beelzebub that Jesus talks of or the New Testament Gospels talk of. And so we're not quite sure of that connection. I'm kind of wondering how you're making that connection, unless you're just summarizing Beelzebub as the devil and everybody is the devil. When Joseph Smith thought he saw Jesus Christ, he saw Beelzebub. Wow, okay. That's a leap. I missed that premise also. Again, people, argue correctly, soundly. Do not just make up stuff as Trump does. Trump is wrong. You can't argue unsoundly and have people believe you. The Republicans who are believing Trump, you're being played as chumps. We all know, we all do? Really? We all know? Are you sure you're able to speak for me, Isha? That there are no three kingdoms of heaven. Okay. Well, we don't know. Because we're not sure if it was made up or not. we do know from Egyptian documents that there were indications that there may have been space aliens. Have you ever wondered why the gods are sailing on ships in outer space? So that's why they call them spaceships today, is because of the ancients. Do you not all know that baptisms for the dead is demonic? Why is that demonic? You're leaving out premises. Put in the premises. I am raised in a Mormon church, but I do not believe in that religion anymore. You are? So you're a teenager? I'm having trouble reading your text because there's some problems with the wording. If I were to actually read it back to you as he put it, you know, even Isha, I'm concerned that he spelled that wrong. Which would then make me suspect this may not actually be a real person, or at least the real identity of the person claiming to have this channel name. In other words, this may be a Russian troll. I am done with it. Please do not read the Book of Mormon. That book is satanic. No, it's not satanic. I am going to read that book. I've got 4... Where did I put... Oh, yeah, back here. I'm going to be going over, exposing the Book of Mormon, exposing the coded language, and revealing the secret coded language of the Book of Mormon to you guys. It'll be a huge video series because it's a long book just to cover 10 minutes of video. I will try to keep them short. And I will go over the New Temple text. I got a hold of that, so I will be going over the New Temple text. And I really want to go over it because I learned that women no longer wear the veil. You women don't realize that's how you got played. You know, they let you believe that you no longer have to obey your husband, but then they took away the veil from you. You believed that the veil was an oppression, a suppression, an oppression, and blah, blah, blah. But no. No. The veil has always been symbolic of the woman being of godly stature, goddess stature. And you let the church take it away from you. They said, okay, you don't want to obey your husbands? Fine, you're no longer a goddess. That's the church. That's what they did in this new change. So, yeah. And so, yes, I'll be going over the handbook for the prophets. It says it's for stake presidents and bishops, but there is no other one for prophets. This is the prophet's manual also. And I will be going over that. That was not supposed to be leaked. It got leaked. I'm revealing it and exposing it for you. As long as the site remains on the internet, I will be doing it straight from the internet. Once it goes down, I will refer to my copy that I downloaded. So that I will still be able to continue. And then oh yeah, the real church history. I will go over the real church history, covering everything, exposing everything. And yes, critics, you're wrong too. Don't trust the church. You already know the church lies. So why are you believing them now that they've said that they've lied? The church is lying about the lies of the lies, or the cover-ups, whatever you want to call it. And so yes, the 4 pillars, and I really want to get to them because I have a cool little GIF that I turned into a video so that I could attach it to these video segments that I'll try to keep under 15 minutes for each segment, and go over those 4 pillars and crawl crashing down. It's symbolic of being exposed for what's in them. And so, yes, we're going all out. I warned Mormons. I warned the church. Gloves are off. I did that video. It's almost at 1,000 views, but I warned you guys. Don't mess with me. Leave me alone. Allow me to live and prosper. But nope. People keep pushing it. And so now I'm wondering what's going on with my latest complaint about the recent threats to me. If you're familiar with my other videos, I've been updating you on the continued attacks on my life, and with this place that I'm living in. The complaints that I filed previously, West Valley City Police sent cops. I had to report the cops on the cops because they joined in the threats, and then they finally responded by replacing the one person with a big male presence. And when he came to my door to say that he was being ordered to threaten me, I then said, put out the complaint again. And then Thursday, this past Thursday, somebody using a different car was again in the office here in this apartment, secretly doing stuff in there. So I don't know who it was. I don't know what they were doing in that office. There's no reason to use that office. Everybody has their own office. So it doesn't make sense why anybody would use that office. So somebody's using it with an unknown vehicle, and yeah, I'm gravely wondering what's next, because only the landlord should be receiving money from me or from the government. If you understand the previous videos, yes, Mark Shurtleff, under orders of the church, removed me from society for 6 years and attempted to murder me through the system. And but that's why I'm here. And so yeah, I am not sure what will happen with this situation. And calling dispatch today, I have to give my name, and so then they can see that I have a file, that I have filed complaint against their own officers, and so officers may not be as inclined to respond to me. And so yeah, I have no confidence in the West Valley City Police now, because nobody seems to want to resolve it. And if Valley Behavioral Health is receiving money from any source to assist me, as they want to call it, then that's human trafficking. They're not supposed to be involved with me anymore. I'm gone. I'm out. And they can't touch me. And so if they're still trying to force me back into their system, they've got another thing coming. And so this latest change, which is only an attempt to have a big, strong male presence to threaten me now, is is not going over well. I will not stand for that either. And so I notified the police again this time of what they've done, and that if they're receiving money for me from any source, because they do not own this building, all they do is supply the residents. That's the partnership with Danville Development. Danville owns the properties. It's their properties. It used to be belonging to somebody else, but now Danville's in charge of the properties. They do all the maintenance, they do all the yard work, the cleaning, they hire the contractors for all that stuff. Except when the government was shut down. There were a few things neglected that month. Thank you, Trump. And so, yeah, if Valley is getting any money to take care of me, that's human trafficking. And so even the presence of this guy coming to me and saying, hey, I need in your apartment. No, you don't. No, you don't. I do not pay Valley. They do not pay you to watch me and assist me. This is independent living. This is not assisted. This technically is supposed to be transitional. This is supposed to be a place for us to build enough to get out into the community, except for the government restrictions that deny us that ability to do that. I can't get out. I'm trapped here. So yeah, the last thing I want is somebody threatening me to go back to Valley Services. So, all right. I'm going to have to reply to Isya. Okay, there's some previous stuff here. Did I reply? Yes, I did. All right. Okay. Isya, I understand your anger, and I guess as a teen you are even frustrated, but I would like you to argue against the church soundly and not just spout off accusations that are not founded in fact. And then I'll give an example for him. I was born and raised Mormon, so I know the truth and will be exposing the false Mormon claims. church is wrong, but it is wrong from sound argument, not hate propaganda. I hope he understands my manner of speech, because I would encourage you to watch my other videos to help educate you on the wrongs of the church, so that you can argue more properly with others and such. All right. Oh, White Square Warrior, I got rid of you. Or you were White Knight Warrior. Oh, you've changed. These Russian white supremacist trolls just spreading propaganda, attacking our nation. Your content would actually be watchable if you were to point and ramble less about irrelevant stuff. Every time I click a video based on the title, I skip around and leave because you never talk about what its title as clickbait. White Square Warrior, who used to be White Knight Warrior or something like that, you're gone again. Stay away from my channel. Hide user. My hell. And yesterday I had to deal with Johnny Phoenix, who utilizes, I'm told, upwards of 50 different channels to go around trolling people, so that when one goes away from people banning him and reporting him, he has these others that pop up to continue his attacks. This is a serious crisis, people. I don't think you fully grasp it. My phone, I don't use it for the internet. Why? Because I learned after I received it that it's one of the Chinese phones that have the specific hacking device implanted in it. The ZTE phone. From the ZTE company that Trump tried to make a deal with until it got exposed. And so then Trump had to drop it. I think he may have brought it up again because that's what he does. He pretends to drop things or reverse things, you know, like Special Olympics. If you heard the actual hearing where they ripped Betsy DeVos apart for it, they said, you keep bringing this up year after year, trying to take out Special Olympic funding. They're going to do it again and again and again until one day they get away with it. So don't think that Trump overturning it is going to solve the problem forever. They will come back and try again. And notice that he didn't stop the other things. He's still not giving funding for Puerto Rico. He's still wanting to shut down the border. He's still caging people. They've just revealed the cages that people are now in. They built cages after Kirsten Nielsen said, oh, cages are not cages because the cages are bigger than dog cages. That was her logic. It's just unbelievable, the pure hatred of these people running our nation. They just don't care for human life. All they care about is making money for themselves and ruining their lives in defense of Trump. Their careers, their reputations are destroyed in defending Trump. Zinke is gone now because of 17 investigations into criminal allegations. 17! He's the one who gave up Bears Ears for uranium mining. Oh, but Gary Herbert said it wasn't for coal mining or for oil mining or any other thing, but sort of left out uranium mining. Yeah, I'm sure Gary Herbert's not in on it either. He's an innocent Mormon boy who kills small animals as a kid. So, did I delete you? I'm pretty sure I did. Alright. Terry Carlson. He always says great. He just says great. I'm not sure if that's sarcastic or if he's going, or if it's sarcastic against the church or against me, or if it's that's his comment style. So, and then again, Terry, great. And there's MD. Caught my shout out at 1:15:15. Hi Travis, I'm back. Aw. Okay. Yeah, MD's going through some problems right now, so I wish her the best under these circumstances. Alrighty. So yeah, people are suffering in this nation. It is not right to say, screw them, I want prosperity for me and my white family. That's just wrong. There's plenty of room in this world for every human being. Yes, we're all humans. A 0.2% max difference between us. You know, scientists try to claim that we're descended from monkeys, chimpanzees specifically, but the difference in the DNA is huge in comparison to the 0.2% difference between humans. You know, if you want family, we are all a part of the same family. Okay. Stop the hate. Alright, we're at 40 minutes on this video, so I think I'll do a separate video for the number of the thumbs down. Because again, Mormons, you have to argue soundly for a defense of the church. Putting a thumbs down is not a sound argument in defense of the church. That just projects onto you as being a hater. And you gotta stop. So we'll do that. Today, the postman is most likely delivering an old TV show collection for a neighbor here. I convert the DVDs to digital for him because he only has one usable arm, and it's easier for him just to plug in the device rather than trying to take out the disc from the case and then plug it into a DVD player and work the TV with one unusable arm. So it is okay. So yeah, it looks like it may arrive today. It's in Salt Lake City, it says, but they never say that it's in Kearns. And so if they make deliveries on Saturday mornings, which I'm sure they do, having worked at the post office in Draper way back in the day, then we should expect to get that today, and I'll be able to start working on it for him today. So my weekend will be full working on that other computer, doing that for him. Alrighty, so yeah, that's it for that. And academia. I don't care if somebody searched for me. Don't tell me that. That doesn't mean anything to me. You never reveal who they are, so why should I care? And then Amazon advertising a limited time offer. I don't care. Oh, OkCupid shows up after months, years even. Our picks for you this week. I don't care about your picks. Women don't want me here in Utah because I'm not Republican and I'm against the church. So there are no women for me. And plus I'm, entering the year 50. And so women definitely don't want an old washed up man who's been destroyed by the nation, by the state and the church. Alright, and then I got a couple of comments to reply to the emailer who wants to know who C. David is, and talking about Zelf on the Shelf also. They came out with a video, it was a few days ago. YouTube finally brought it to my attention, and it's about a question that they're answering. Do the prophets know that the church is false? Of course they do. Yes. Brigham Young did not have legitimate authority. He usurped it. And brought along one of the inside men into the murder of Joseph Smith with him, John Taylor, and conveniently rearranged the order of apostles to silence and remove the authority from the true successor of Brigham Young, Orson Hyde, because Orson Hyde, ever since Brigham Young brought out the Adam God theory, that Orson Hyde was openly opposed. In conference, they would be going back and forth arguing over the Adam God theory, and in private, Orson Hyde would meet with Brigham Young and express his disapproval. And so the year before Brigham Young died, Brigham Young changed the order of apostles. And because Orson Hyde was involved in the 1838 leadership crisis, as I call it, and Joseph Smith put him back in, nevertheless, Brigham Young used that against him to say, well, because you were excommunicated, the time when you were brought back in is when your new start time is. Therefore, you have to be put back in order, and we're putting in John Taylor to be the one to succeed me after I die. So Brigham Young got one last middle finger up before he died. to Orson Hyde. And so, yes, when I get to that part in the video series, 50 years from now, I'll be revealing the 1838 leadership crisis. So that's part of the plan. But yeah, because the apostles know that Brigham Young did not have legitimate authority, and that John Taylor was in on the murder of Joseph Smith, every successor also knows. And I find it hard to imagine that Wilford Woodruff, being just a kid and therefore not knowing what was really going on, that when he finally became president of the church, that he didn't catch on. It would be weird that they wouldn't pass on the secrets from apostles, new apostles who come in. But if by chance the ones that were directly involved let it die with them, so that there were no record of it, that would explain the need for the cover-up in the early 1950s, 40s, when church history was starting to be performed, and they realized, oh, how do we teach Mormons this church history when we're recognizing some really bad things going on here? And so Packer and Smith Jr. were the ones assigned to cover up church history. And that's why when the September 6th came around, hired by the church in the church history department, that they were making discoveries that were exposing the Packer-Smith conspiracy cover-up. And the Packer made sure to have them excommunicated. It was Packer who excommunicated the September 6th. He gave the orders. It was not the president of the church. It was Packer, because Packer knew of the cover-up that was being exposed by September 6th. So, yes, there's lots of scandals in the church. That's what happens when you're corrupt. and so, yeah, if they don't know, they should know, because the church history itself exposes how wrong Brigham Young was. And so then you have Oakes, who tries to publish a book about covering up the exposure of Joseph Smith's murder, because the September 6th were also finding out some other things about that. And so Oakes took it upon himself to publish a book to try to merge all the accounts into one account, as if that were the true account. And so, no, no, Oakes lied in his book to detract from the real church history about Joseph Smith's murder. So, I already did that video. Alright, but there is actually more involved with it. I focused on the scene in the jail. So yes, there is more involved with what led up to it, what was going on as it was occurring, and what happened afterwards, with not just the trial, but others involved. So yes, it's a bigger story than what I covered. But yeah. Scandals, scandals, scandals everywhere. Scandals, scandals in my hair. Scandals, scandals left and right. I told you in another video that I was a poet. So, alright, we're now at 50 minutes, because I keep going on. As that other guy, White Knight, told me I was. So, alright, we'll end here, and I'll get to this person's comments. and upload it for you. 6:30 now. Alrighty.